Hi everyone, this is Hannah. I've interviewed with 20 plus companies in the past few months, includes Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, Stripe, and Netflix. I want to share some of the interesting stories of my interview experience. There's no standard way of doing an interview right. So for me, the best way to learn is from others' experience. So here, I'm going to share you my story of this interview. In this particular interview that I got myself downgraded in level, and also some surprising moment that I didn't really plan for. I'm not going to share the technical questions since they're confidential to the companies and it's just not that useful since the questions got changed all the time. There are a lot of resources you can find online to practice coding and system design skills. The interview started with a recruiter greeting call. One standard question was asked is, what's your expected level in the next role? Some context is, I have 4 years of working experience as a software engineer in a FAANG company. So I said I'm looking for a relatively senior position. I know every company's leveling can be slightly different, so as long as it can make sense. The call went smooth and we had a pretty good conversation. Then the next step of the interview is phone screening. One note here is all of the companies I have interviewed with have moved the phone screening to a video chat, so prepare for the camera. Here comes the first surprise to me. There were 2 interviewers in my phone screening. Normally, the recruiter will communicate upfront if there is a special setup for the interview. Or one interviewer will just be a shadow, which means he or her won't talk at all during the interview, or the shadow interviewers will turn off their cameras to avoid distraction. But in this case, both of them are interviewers and they took turns to ask me questions. It definitely felt more pressured and I wasn't really expect for that. So I tried very hard to pull myself together. After the phone screening is an Onsite Loop, which are 4 rounds of 60 minutes interviews through video chat. 4 consecutive interviews probably sounds overwhelming, but when I'm actually in the loop, I felt more excited than tired. After 1 week of the Onsite Loop, I got on a call with the recruiter. Recruiter said, "Congratulations, we decided to extend you with an offer." I was really happy about the result and I asked, what does the compensation and leveling look like? I was told I'm going to be given a software engineer title, which is their entry level. I confirmed 1 more time and then still got the same answer. I said, I thought I communicated that I'm going to be interviewed for a senior level. The recruiter was also surprised and she said she's not aware of that. Some context is, the recruiter who set up the interview is a different recruiter than the greeting call. I said, the leveling is really a deal breaker to me. Can we adjust it? The recruiter said, there's not really a lot of things we can do at this point since the interview has been set up for the junior level and it will be a completely different setup for the senior. Or she said she can transfer me to a different recruiter and probably do some additional rounds. It was like riding a roller coaster to me. After the call and some considerations, I decided not to proceed with the offer or continue the interview process with this company. Okay, here comes the lesson learned. So the first lesson is always learn about the company's level system before the interview. Don't give out a blurry answer like a senior position. Make it specific. Like, I want to interview for the level 6. I'm targeting for the MTS 1 or the senior position 3. So make it as specific as possible. One great resource to find the leveling information is Levelsfy, where it has a broad list of companies and their internal leveling definitions. You can also find where does your current level in your current company matches to the target company. Second lesson, confirm with the recruiter on the leveling you are interviewing for before the first round of the interview through email. It's important to have a firm confirmation, not just a verbal one. And also it's important to confirm it before the first round of the interview, since it will affect how your interviews get set up. Then the third lesson is ask the recruiter to send you an interview setup guideline. Ask for the number of interviewers for each round and the topics will get focused on. These are the information that recruiters are supposed to provide. If you're not getting any, then definitely ask. This is my story of getting downgraded to an entry-level software engineer. I regret it because this situation could be avoidable. So I really hope this won't happen to any of you, and I believe you know how to avoid it in your next interview. If you are looking for a new job right now, I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you can land with your dream company very soon. This is Hannah. See you in the next video.